Morning, everyone. It is Saturday, June 6th, 2020. It is 9:30 a.m. It looks like it's going to be a nice day today. I didn't check the weather, though. Let's see here. 70 degrees? Yup, 70 degrees. Going to be 79 degrees right now. I'm not going outside. It's too hot. 86 degrees. Supposed to get up to top temperature today. 84 looks like. Anyways, I bought a bank. I went and looked at this bank like January of this year, and ended up buying it finally. We've been talking about it for months and months and months. My AC contractor, he just sent me a text message, wanted to know if I paid him, and I did. January, I went and looked at this property. It was overpriced. I made an offer. They told me to push dirt. Everybody and their brother is texting me this morning. They told me to push dirt. Actually, they kind of ghosted me. No, they did tell me to push dirt, and then I kept checking in to make sure it had closed. It had not closed. So fast forward 5 months later into May, or 4 months later. I don't know how we do that number and stuff. I started to get in the mood to start trying to market to the owners directly. So I called my title company, see if they had run title work on it. They had not. And then miraculously, all of a sudden, I think it was like a Saturday morning show or a different show we did here. I got a text while in the middle of it, and that wholesaler called me back, and he said, "You still interested?" Well, shoot, yeah, I'm still interested. So, long story short, he kind of played some Mickey Mouse games again on the front end. So I had no clue if I was going to actually get it or not, and we ended up closing yesterday. I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not. There is let me see if I didn't pull it up in advance. I guess Syria put out a thing yesterday. Let me pull this over here. Let's see if we can pull this up. Now, what they said is that basically, the Boogaloo Boys are in the city tagging buildings with hearts. These hearts mark the buildings for arson by the group. Now, supposedly it's downtown. Numerous buildings on South Meridian and older parts of downtown have been tagged. Fast forward to yesterday, we closed on the bank, and I sent Kyle over to secure it, get the keys and whatnot. And Kyle sent me a picture of that. So there's a nice big blue heart on my building. Why is everybody texting me? Why don't you leave me alone? I'm just a good old boy. What the heck now? Come on, Tim, you gotta leave me alone. I'm doing the show. Anyways, so I got a big blue heart on the side of my building. And so early next week, hopefully it doesn't burn down, because I can't insure it in the state it's in right now. So hopefully early next week I'll get somebody out there to start cleaning that bad boy out. So we'll try and get that cleaned out, and we'll remove that tag, get us a $5 can of spray paint and spray paint over it. Maybe we'll put a spade or a club or a diamond on there instead of a heart. I don't think it'll work. Let's see what else is good in the news. One of the properties that we looked at, I'm going to close that window. Nobody needs to look at Facebook. So one thing we had one of the properties that we looked at a while back, and I ended up buying. We're working on it now. We ended up tearing out the kitchen cabinets on it, which was an unexpected expense. But it got me thinking. I drew up some plans to do the kitchen, and I like Menards. I think they got good prices, and I think they got good deals, but their billing system for a person like me who does multiple houses is horrible. So if Menards, if you're out there listening to me, your Capital One website is horrible. I mean, there is so many issues with it, and sending contractors in to buy on my account, oh, that's even worse. And I mean, your people at the builder's desk, they're super frustrated by it too, but they always try and, take deep breaths whenever I say my guys are just having an impossible time. And then they're like, "What? It's not that hard." And I'm like, "Yeah, but evidently it is that hard." So anyway, but I do like Menards. I like their kitchen cabinets and stuff like that. It's easy to use. Anyways, they've got this website, and let me pull it down here. Give me a second here. It's a You Create website. So if you search for You Create with the U and then Create and then Menards for Google, it'll pull it up. And I mean, you can literally just create. You can. It's super easy to use, is what I'm trying to get at. And I'm going to see if I can go back without ruining my design, because usually it's kind of fussy a little bit on some of this stuff. But you can literally, let's just continue. Continue. But you can design your layout, right? You put your room measurements in. It's super easy to use. And then you can start laying in cabinets, and you can choose different styles of cabinets, and man, it just makes things super easy, and it's super easy to use. Let me see if I can go back. Yeah, that's fine. So I mean, you can literally just pick your style of room. Like this room had a notch in it, right? And then you're like continue, and then you can start doing all sorts of craziness in here. Just grabbing, clicking, and dropping, and get your measurements to where you want them, and then, or you can even do it over here, wall A, wall B, wall C, right? You following me? And then you can continue, and then you can, they'll explain how it all works. But you can add in doorways, and I mean, this is super easy to do. It's a 36-inch door, and you place, and you could swap it on walls. And then what's nice is you can click like down here, and like, the left side wall is, whatever, 20 inches, right? You could specify that, or it's 24 inches in, right? And you can add all this stuff in, right? And then you got your room. And then you can continue, and then you can pick the cabinet lines that they sell. Like I like this Cardell Concepts. It's this Lanston White's pretty inexpensive, and they keep this stuff in stock. And then you can specify, I'm putting in a dishwasher and a stove, and I'm putting in whatever, refrigerator, and you can just place all this stuff and place all your cabinets. Anyways, I really like it. Good morning, Frank, baby. Hey, Allison, what are you doing? You got the meh starry face there, so it's a sunshiny meh face. Is that it, or has it got a smile on it? I can't see. So anyway, so I really like this, and it lets you go through, and then you start specifying out, where you want your cabinets, what kind of cabinets you want in there. You can put in your appliances in. I want my dishwasher over there, and then continue, and you could specify left, right, center, whatever. You can put in your range and stove. You can, again, specify left side, or if you got to change your height, your width, your depth, something like that, you can do all that crud. Refrigerator, you can place that in there. I'm gonna sneeze. No, I'm not. I guess not. And you could specify all the different cabinets, right? And then, but the one thing you got to be real careful about is, like let's say whatever, you put in some cabinets or whatever, it don't matter. Place. When you go to finalize your design, it's nice. It tells you, hey, do you want to put in, the countertop supports for around the, I guess that's around the dishwasher, or none, right? Okay, I'm okay with none. And then, it offers you filler panels if you need to put in filler panels. Like here, if you got a little gap over here, you can put in filler panels. So see how there was a missing, the cabinet only came out so far, and they wanted to put a filler panel in there. So we go continue. You get special, if you want to use countertops, to make it look pretty, if you're showing somebody else, you could specify in, if you want any of this extra stuff, the base tray kit or the heat shield for around the stove or the base panel filler or whatever, you could specify all that. And you could specify flooring, you could put in whatever you like in that. And then when you get to the end, you could specify the color of the walls. And when you get into it, it'll give you an itemized list of everything. And then you can order it. Now, this is the part where it gets a little hinky. So if I go to order this stuff, right, it's going to order it. And that means that even if it's in stock, they're not going to pull the stock. They're going to actually order it from the factory and have it delivered. So that means it could take 2 or 3, a couple weeks to get that stuff in. So what I generally do is back that one step where we could see the part numbers here. So at this point in the time, what I would do is I normally just pull these part number out, and then I go to the Menards website, and then I plug in all those numbers and add it all to cart, and then I order it. So like right now, I think I've even got I got to order it while we're here. So I did a cabinet for that house of mine. And so anyway, so I got to that summary screen. I pulled out all the part numbers because I had everything I needed. I went in here, and then I ended up putting it all in. And then we pull and you pick it up at the store. So I just went through and chose all that. So I'm putting in this kitchen for $1,244. Now that doesn't include countertops or sinks or faucets or any of the goodness like that. But, I got all the cabinets here, and they're all pick up at the store. So they'll pull it, and then we just go and pick up. They also offer delivery. So for $89, I think is what they told me on this, to where our job site is, they will deliver it. So that's nice, too. I'd rather have them deliver it that way in case they damage it in shipping. Then, anyways, so it's kind of a good idea. And so I'm kind of fond of that. So I figured I would share that because my one guy yesterday was like, man, you're all fancy schmancy with all the, build and quote and technology and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, it's pretty simple. So anyway, so hopefully that helps one of you or all of you. So anyway, so we've got at least one house, maybe two we're going to go through. This first one is owned by a bunch of Aussies. I don't think they've been back to the U.S. For 2 or 3 years. They came out here, did everything right. They came out, they interviewed, 3 or 4 property managers. They interviewed like 5 or 6 different rehabbers. And, 6 months later, when the dust had all settled, they ended up using us for everything. They got abused by a bunch of different people. And so they came to us for everything. So we do everything for them. So anyway, so we've had this unit for a while. We've had some bad luck with tenants, not like bad tenants, but just tenants who only want to stay a year. So we're still trying to get that ironed out. I'd like to get a tenant that stays forever. It's a pretty nice house. Hopefully it's still in good shape. It did just get brought back to us, so they just moved out. I don't remember any complaints throughout the year. I don't remember any requests for anything. The first year we had it, they bought it from Turnkey Guy. And the first year they had it, we had a bunch of issues. We had to go in and replace all the supply lines. The line coming in from the street for water supply, because it had just corroded out. You get that a lot with turnkey properties. So you got to be real careful. If you're buying from a Turnkey Guy, they scrape from the bottom of the barrel to get their numbers to work. They have to buy the worst of the worst, and then they come through and they try, I guess, but a lot of times they don't even try. They just throw lipstick on a pig, and then they throw them together. And then if a house hasn't been lived in for a couple of years, it's going to have a lot of issues, especially with like plumbing and stuff like that, because galvanized plumbing, which is what they originally put into these houses, will corrode out. And it just kind of, I don't know, it's like a heart patient, man. Somebody who's got bad heart, their whole all their plumbing is just corroded up on the inside. It's all filled up inside, so it's all plugged up inside. So that's what galvanized does, especially when it sits empty for a while, because it needs that water going through it to get the little itty bitty particles going all the time. And if the water ain't flowing, then it just, or what I want to say, it crushes in on itself. So anyway, so we had to replace some water lines. We usually know we're going into it when we start having issues with low water pressure, or that, you know, they're saying there's a lot of sediment in the line. So like they turn the water on and there's a ton of crap coming out, then we know we're pretty doggone close, if not already there, that we're going to have to replace the water lines on it. So anyway, so we had to do that in this house. But I mean, otherwise, this house has been pretty good shape. It's got a one-car detached garage. It's not too bad. So anyway, so let's do the logo, and then we will go to the house. Okay, good enough. All right, so this is a house that we have, and it's kind of on the near south side. It's over near Garfield Park area. Other side is 70 from Garfield Park, but it's a decent little area, not too bad. So let's just kind of go through this house and see what we see. Wow, what's going on here? I got it. Hello? Hello? Is it me you're looking for? Hold on. Refire this up.
Today is Friday. This tree's kind of overgrowing the
yeah, it's got a big old tree out here. Let's see here. Big old tree right here. That'd be nice for Christmas decorations, don't you think? Maybe we'll make Allison go out there and put some Christmas tree decorations on it.
This tree's kind of overgrowing the pathway up to the house.
You don't need to see that.
This light here is leaning a little bit.
Yeah, it's been
we do have power on.
Woohoo!
So I don't know if that's on a switch somewhere, but we'll check that if we can. We've got downspout just past the porch here that has no extension, and downspout just over here, a little further to the left, that has a splash block, but it's not getting it real far. No extension on that one. This right here is for a
no, you put
railing,
cigarette butts
I
out in
believe, but the railing's not here, so I don't know if that was there when they moved in, or if that was already gone, but it's not here now.
I'll have to look at that.
This railing loose right down there.
Yep.
The one on the left seems like it's okay, but the one on the right is loose.
Needs a pressure wash. Are we still kicking it old school, kids? I don't know if I'm running right or not. I'm getting an error message on YouTube. Am I still alive, kids? Somebody let me know. Error 947, 948. I don't know. I think we're running all right. Let me know in the comments.
Trash in the basement window well there. This window has a screen. This window has a screen. This window has a screen. You can see there's some growth on the siding, so maybe a pressure wash would be good. Got a tree growing up right here. Probably needs to be removed before that gets too big, damages the foundation. This downspout has a splash block but no extension.
Okay, good.
This is your electrical service.
You're a little slow to respond.
This window has a screen. This one has no wrap. It's just painted. I think all these had wrap. Double check real quick. First one's wrapped, second one's wrapped.
Looks like we got screens everywhere here.
Nope. that one's just painted. You can see a little bit of deterioration there. And this one is just painted as well, but it's in pretty good shape.
Some more gutter downspouts need to be run away from the house. See, there's that little one-car garage, oversized one-car garage there.
Yeah, this one just painted. You've got some damage to the J channel here on the siding, and that whole thing's just loose there. So maybe replace that, maybe wrap that window, and maybe the two others, just so they're all done. This window has a screen, has wrap. J channel's broken right up in the top right corner of that window. This downspout just drops straight down, and you can see right there to the left of it, that piece of siding is pretty trashed,
Yeah.
and the corner piece is busted up also.
Man, weed whackers are terrible.
Grass
Terrible.
is cut in the front, but not the back.
Got central air.
Okay, these windows both have screens. The one on the right is wrapped. The one on the left is not.
Man, I'm breaking
And
up
here's
bad
your
today with-
central air. Gas meters there.
You guys still
You can see
seeing errors?
behind the AC, this siding is missing a chunk out of it.
Man, weed whacker.
Here's another downspout right here. Drops down into a splash block, no extension. This door, I was noticing from the inside, you can see light coming through it from some of these little cracks. So it may need to be pushed together, painted better. I don't know. Probably best if it's just replaced, but there's probably some repairs that can make it so you have it a little more weather tight. And then these windows up front here has a screen, neither one of these is wrapped. This corner piece right here,
Man, that's ate up. Maybe it's my computer that's having issues today.
and then over here you got just a couple pieces that have chips in them. This big picture window here has a storm window, but it's broken.
It's a big window.
The one on the right has a screen, and that one is not wrapped. It's just been painted. And you can see on the porch the siding's real dirty too. So some pressure washing would probably help this house out a lot.
All right, let's go inside.
Mailbox is missing the cover piece. There's a doorbell, but I don't think it works. I'm not
Nope.
hearing anything. The storm door is in good condition. That's opening and closing. Needs to be pulled a little bit, but it latches.
Hey, I just know
The,
somebody liked it.
front
Thank you
door,
guys for
though,
liking the videos.
Is messed up. It's got this broken window on it.
That's been like that for a
And
while.
it's got some red staining on the door, if you can see that too. But that window's already been boarded, and that board's painted, so I don't know if that's how it was when they moved in.
Yeah, it was.
And then over here, you've got remnants of a couple of these chain lock pieces. So it has the chain over here, but there's no spot for that to latch onto. So probably just remove the chain and paint the door. And I don't know if you want to do something to fix that broken window space better.
Yeah, I'll put it down on the list.
In here, you've Got some obvious touch-ups on the walls. Paint's a little bit different sheen or color. Blinds look good on both windows.
That's good.
Floors in here.
They've been through a couple world wars.
Kind of beat up. I mean, you can tell they're old. They've got these marks on them from furniture dragging across them or whatever. I would say that they're probably ready for some refinishing of some sort. Maybe not a full sand, maybe just clean them, and another coat of poly would be okay. But they are in pretty rough shape right now.
Wow, there's a lot of repainting going on in here. Somebody's been playing around.
Give you the broad view from this side.
Yeah, I don't remember it being like that.
Ceiling looks good. The walls look pretty good. It's just, you know, you can tell where the touch-ups were. Our bathroom. Vanity looks good. Water's on here.
No, look at that tub, baby. Was it blue at one point in time? Yep, see, we had to replace the PEX lines.
Everything seems good there. Toilet looks like it's in good shape. It's got tile.
Yeah, beautiful.
Halfway up the walls.
Beautiful tile. Beautiful, beautiful.
Tile's been replaced. That might be tile board behind the toilet.
Pay extra for that.
Yeah, I think so. So I think that's tile board back there, but it matches pretty well.
That's a nice dirty wall. Right next to the light switch. Hey, lights work.
Helps a little bit. Blinds look good. This one's got a newer window.
Yeah, we replaced a couple of windows that were in really bad shape. Tub surround.
Tub. So
it's
this
got the vinyl tub surround.
Used to be a blue tub. And
that's
then
a
got
blue.
Painted, but the paint's wearing away, so it needs another coat of paint. And then needs the tub recall. It's just kind of coming apart in a few spots around where the...
So it brings up an interesting point. Do you refinish this tub, which refinishing the tub is probably going to run you around $250, $350, maybe $400 to refinish the tub? Or do you replace the tub? New tub is about $100. Maybe you got some guts here, it's about $50. So maybe you got $300 in a brand new tub. Now, if this back surround here was tile or something that's, you know, got to be a job, then maybe I would refinish this tub. But because this shouldn't be too bad to pull out this tub surround, I'm probably going to replace the tub. Just because economically it's a better decision. It's the best decision, period. But sometimes economically it doesn't make sense, because if I got to spend a lot of extra money to rebuild this entire tub surround, then it just doesn't make a lot of sense. Now, we also need to see if that plumbing is good, which it should be, because we, like I said last year, we reran the plumbing to this. So there should be some good plumbing here. So I would say we're going to replace the tub here. And let's say it's probably going to run us about $300. Just because it's been refinished a couple times. And just in bad shape. I mean, it's not horrible. It still works, but it just looks horrible. And you know, you're gonna have a hard time renting this to somebody decent if the tub looks like it does.
Just discolored.
Ooh, my hair is itching. I got one hair right here. I'm gonna pull it out. Can't pull it out. I'm alfalfa. I got my one hair.
Medicine cabinet for you.
Booyah!
Medicine cabinet's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the
paint
light
on it
bulb
there, but nothing major. The light fixture has one bulb burnt out or missing.
Yeah, I can get it probably done for about $300 installed. So the new tub is about 100, maybe some guts and plumbing is probably another 50.
The wire right there,
and then give them $150 to replace it.
That,
should be doable.
Fixture.
Maybe I could talk a certain Brooklynite to come down here and do it for
there, so
75.
I'm thinking it's probably just burnt out. This outlet's kind of coming away from the wall. If you can see that.
You pay extra for that, Kyle. Woo! Video 1 is done! And we only got 5 more to go. Video 2. This is a small house. We can't have 5 videos. Why we got 5 videos?
There's your furnace filter goes. Looks like that's pretty dirty. Could use a fresh one.
Did you guys size for me?
In this hallway, the light works. Smoke detector's missing. And then we've got security system motion sensor, I think, that I don't know if that's something that's active or not.
Oh, so it's easy to get to the plumbing. That's good.
Use this closet.
Yep, so you got pecs coming into the supplies. So that's good.
Tool down there.
Good.
Exposed for access to that bathroom plumbing. There's no latch
nice.
on that door.
So it wants to stay open all the time, or does it shut?
Stay shut.
Nice.
Check the bathroom door too.
You're supposed to get stuck in there, Dibby.
Latches.
Place to live.
There's a bedroom. Door closes, latches.
So I'm going to bring up a point before I forget, and it's kind of a rant. So when you go to buy smoke detectors, right? So in these older houses, it doesn't matter because they're not wired for smoke detectors. So you got to use a battery. So I'm going to tell you right now, you need to get the 10-year batteries. And the reason I'm going to tell you is you're going to spend 20 to 25, maybe $30 for a smoke detector, but you don't have to mess with it for 10 years. And if you put these in with the 9 volts and you save the money and you buy that $7.99 special and it's got a 9 volt in it, about 6 months from now, that thing's going to use up all the battery juice and it's going to start beeping. And your tenants are either A, just going to ignore it and let it keep beeping, or B, they're going to just yank them down, and maybe they have the intention of replacing them because I'll give the benefit to mankind. But most of the time what they do is they end up pitching them. So they don't even replace them. So what do you got then? You got A, one that's the batteries are shot in it, it's beeping all the damn time, and you probably doesn't work. And B, it's gone totally, and then they have a fire, and the house burns down, and then they sue you because you didn't replace the smoke detectors. Which, Indiana law goes by the, my lease says that they're responsible for changing the batteries, but they never do, ever. And even my contractors will go through these houses, and I can hear it beeping. They're talking to me on the phone, and I'm hearing it beeping, and I'm like, dude, the smoke detectors are beeping. Yeah, I know. I go, you got to replace the batteries before you leave. Yeah, I know. And then they don't ever do it. So just put the 10-year batteries in. Do yourself a favor. Spend the extra $15 and just be done with it for 10 years. Rant over.
Blinds in here look like they're in good shape. The floor,
8 up.
not bad. Not really scrapes, but you can kind of tell that it doesn't have the finish on it anymore, so it could use a coat of poly. Closet floor is good. It's the inside of the closet door.
So this is a good example of what do you do with the flooring in this house.
It's not staying all the way shut.
I mean, it's not in horrible shape. It's actually in decent shape, but it could use a refinish.
I don't know if it ever had
Now, the problem with refinishing the floors
a roller catch on it or anything, but
is
it doesn't.
you could spend some money doing that.
Smoke detector
Probably
in
about
here.
the same amount of money as just putting in the new flooring, the LVP that we like.
You can see where they did some touch-up paint in here.
Yeah, I think the tenants did the touch-up paint in there.
There's the other side of that door. Looks like it's good.
So what do you do?
Yeah, this room's pretty good.
Put it down in the comments, Big Daddies. Ooh, I got 2 likes.
For that door.
I'm doing good.
Let's see what we got here.
An old fuse box. Don't do it. You're gonna rip the paint.
There we go.
Oh, it's breakers.
Guess that's your breaker box.
Oh yeah.
Not especially modern. It's loose at the bottom, so there's no screws in these two spots. So it's just kind of popping off there. Take a look at the windows too. So you got older windows here. That one's intact.
Yeah. I think that was the one that was the trim board was loose on it that he showed us.
Unlock it and mess around with it because these older windows sometimes can't get them back shut. This one's a new window. Looks good. And I think I already said the blinds in here seem like they're pretty good too. So for this room, I think maybe just a roller catch or something to hold that closet door shut. And then some screws, put that breaker box cover back on. And maybe a coat of poly on the floors. Here's the utility closet. This accordion door, I guess, is off the track over here. This one seems like it's working okay.
How do you spell accordion door? Accordion. Accordion? ACC, isn't it? ACC, accordion.
Not much look at here. Got your
I don't know how to spell
furnace,
accordion.
or water heater here, gas water heater, and furnace over here. Gas furnace. Both look like they should be operational. And there is a pull chain light in here.
Oh yeah.
So I think you're all good there.
Man, is that
Floor
guy?
in here is just, I think concrete.
Not concrete.
Maybe not. But whatever it is, it's just kind of unfinished utility floor.
How do you spell accordion? Accordion.
And there is a attic access in that hallway as well.
Oh, it's
Another
O-N.
bedroom.
Man, I would have never.
This
figured
one's
that.
got some
I thought IA and it's ION.
marks on the floor here. Real obvious right there.
I don't know, man.
In a few.
These flooring, I would say, it's gonna cost me $3 a square foot to
This is like
sand it down and refinish the hardwoods.
on the edge.
It's gonna cost me $3 a square foot to put in LVP.
But
And
there,
LVP is easily fixable
door
later on
has
if
some
somebody
extra
decides to
wear.
get stupid and scratch up the floor again.
Could use some refinishing of some sort. But
I don't know.
I guess it's not absolutely necessary. This window, new window,
Could paint
looks
it.
good.
That looks good.
Blinds
Just gets that eye roll.
look good. More blinds look good.
Want to see the eye roll again?
Older window.
I don't think painting it's gonna look
Locked,
right.
So we'll call that good.
Yeah, some of the windows are old, but they're decent, so we keep them around.
Same thing as some of the other rooms. You can see where there's been some touch-up paint
I
to
don't
the
know.
walls.
I would. I don't know what I would do with this.
benefit from a coat of paint, but there's not real damage to it. I mean, it's just that the touch-ups don't really match. So, I don't know. Probably can just rent it.
So I'm thinking that on these walls, because they did all these touch-ups right throughout. So I'm thinking that they did the wrong sheen. They did like a semi-gloss. It looks like. So maybe we go through and just roll the walls because it's already been trimmed in, right? So we don't need to trim it in. So it should be pretty quick and painless. I mean, you probably do each room in about 15 minutes. So it should be eggshell on the walls, which is not quite flat and not quite semi-gloss. So it should be eggshell. I can't remember, can't guarantee that that's what was put in. It might be flat for all I know. So anyway, so maybe we could just do a cheap interior repaint by just, because we know the colors on these walls. It's accessible beige, baby.
One closet door. The other closet door. side of that door. Got like a little line along it here. I think that was probably something that cracked and it's been painted over, but it's just not level.
Did they leave us gallon paint to see if they painted it
Was it?
eggshell? Because it might be flat.
Looks good.
It's possible.
Floor in the closet looks good.
For a while we were doing flat, and then we realized that eggshell is a lot more scrubbable than flat, and easier to
Next
touch up.
closet looks good inside it. Got a
And
little
the
bit
durability of semi-gloss. Yeah, they
wear
painted
on the
semi-gloss.
paint there.
It's supposed to be eggshell.
Couple spots along that door jamb.
Yeah, they touched up with semi-gloss.
Door closes and latches. And I don't know if I showed you this side of this door yet, but it's good. Got a smoke detector in here. That bedroom door closes and latches. It's just got a missing screw on the strike plate, so it's a little loose, but nothing major.
Yeah,
Third bedroom.
No, we got back to stream of
Same thing with the walls. You can tell where they did touch-ups.
Oh, he's gonna latch it. Get locked in there. Come on, you can do it. You gotta just shut it just a little bit more. Get locked into a room. Come on, I want to hear it. Oh, Kyle, you're just too smart for your own good.
Control box.
Gosh darn it. One day he's gonna prank me. I'm
Good.
stuck in here.
Inside of that door. This door's staying shut. It's the same as that other closet door that had the dummy handle, but this one is just a little tighter fit, so it doesn't really need anything. It stays shut and opens fine.
Come on, test that door. Test it. See if it locks. Come on.
Blinds in here, good.
Man, you're disappointing me.
Newer, good window.
It's really not too bad a shape. We haven't done the kitchen yet, so we still got.
Let's get you the floors in here. These floors are pretty good. There's a scratch.
So this is a 3-bedroom. Yeah, it is.
On its way in or out of that doorway.
It's a small
or the
bedroom.
wall. But these are pretty good shape. There is a spot right over here.
Yeah, they put semi-gloss on the walls
Piece kind of
for touch-up.
rotted away or something missing, but it's pretty good shape overall. The door stop is missing that little rubber end cap.
I got in trouble yesterday. My mom called me and she was talking to me and I was finishing all of her sentences.
And that door
She got
closes and latches properly. So for that
You were supposed to be
room,
on the other side of that door.
really not much. If you're doing the floors in the rest of the house, do the floors in there too. And replace that door stop cap. And that's about it in there.
Show me the kitchen. Show me the kitchen. Tile floor.
And the kitchen.
Seems to be holding up. Show me the money.
So vertical blinds are working. They're a little dirty. Hopefully that can just be cleaned up. We've got the older windows here. We already pointed out from the outside that the storm window on this one is broken there.
Broken.
Inside, the windows look pretty good. Check this window out.
Ooh, and the video too. I don't think we got enough to go through 5 videos now. Come on, Kyle.
Blinds are good on this window, and the window looks like it's alright too. It's an older window, but seems like it's working. It's like a very old remnant of a smoke detector there.
So there's no smoke detectors in this house.
No
So
smoke detector in
what I
there.
said earlier,
Oh, there
they're
it is.
just throwing them away. Is that
Smoke
one up there?
detector is
Oh,
there.
and
On
that
the
one's-
ceiling,
I saw it
over above
beeping.
the fridge.
Not beeping, but lit up.
Top
Had
of
a
the
red
fridge
light
is pretty
on it.
dirty. Inside the fridge, not a lot better. You can see that there's like a light cover in the back of the freezer is kind of loose. And then, let's see, this shelf.
Just not in properly. Tear it up, Kyle. You just bought a fridge, Kyle. Don't fix it on camera.
I don't know how to put that back in there.
We got to struggle
But
with
it looks
this.
like, I was thinking maybe that it was broken, but I think that that's just different spots you can adjust them to. Just has a screw in it, just a little different than what I've seen before. Something spilled here in the freezer, and then just kind of generally dirty in the fridge. But it looks like all the shelves, all the drawers, and all the door
Goodies. Accoutrements.
bars are all
That's a
here.
big word, Lee. Accoutrement.
Your water filter status is red for replace.
Booyah. I don't think it's got water
I
running
don't
to
know
it.
if this is
anyways.
even hooked up to water, so
Who's
it
gonna
may
look?
not be necessary. I don't think it is.
Cabinets.
Kitchen cabinets exterior look good. The kitchen counter has several marks on it. There's this big chip here,
Nice.
a little scratch here, and a little scratch here. Got some kind of stain mark there. Maybe something hot got put down.
It's probably about an 8-footer.
That might come off. And a scratch here. I don't know. Overall, it's not.
Let's see here. How many feet we got here? Let me go back a little bit. So we probably got a 36-inch cabinet here, and there's probably like an 18-inch cabinet there, and then a 36-inch for
overall,
the
it's
sink, and then another. So what we at? 3, 6, probably like a 10-footer. So not horrible.
Anything too crazy.
Probably
but
replace that
it'd be nice if
countertop
that-
for $80 for the materials.
The issue is that you have
You
to
know, just
replace
cutting
it,
and
fix
stuff
that.
like that. So probably another $150
Sink
there
looks
for
good.
install. We could probably just reuse our existing stuff. So probably like
Stove looks
$250.
good.
Now we're gonna have a little bit of disposal because we're
Oven.
gonna have to get rid of some of this stuff, like the old tub, and we're gonna have to get rid of the
A little dirty, but not
the old
anything crazy.
countertop.
That actually kind of looks like they may have sprayed it with the cleaner and just not wiped it out all the way.
Nice.
This
gotta
drawer here,
Pump these numbers up a little bit.
a little dirty.
I know you were asking me about the tub earlier, so instead of 300, I'm gonna say 400. Instead of 250 for the countertop, I'm gonna say 350, and that'll include disposal fees.
Light works on the hood.
Oh yeah! Wow, that's some power, man.
Fan works. It's a little
I'll
noisy.
wear you out, Big Daddy.
Inside that cabinet's good. We don't have any cabinet hardware here.
Yeah, we don't need
So
it.
far, I've been able to open everything without too much damage to my fingers. That one's a little sticky. We got some kind of wire up here.
Sticky icky.
I don't know if that's probably for like a light. Maybe
Probably
a
for
light
light.
used to be over the sink.
I don't think you'd put a microwave there.
There's no light under that cabinet, so. I don't know if that's gonna be damage right there. Just kind of some marks on the shelf. Might clean out. There we go. Some junk left behind in there.
Oops, oops, oops,
But you can
oops.
see there's like a little bit of red staining and stuff. Hopefully that cleans out.
If not, who
So
cares?
we'll just start looking at it.
It's fine.
That one looks pretty good.
That's a joke.
Looks good.
Or is it?
Looks pretty good. It's kind of rough in there, but
Hey, that had a
There.
handle on it at some point.
this one looks like somebody tried to install some hardware on it, but there's no hardware here. There's not any holes or hardware on any others. This one,
I'm missing the shells.
I don't know. it looks like, you know, there's some spaces on the back there, but there's no shelves. I don't see anywhere on the sides that would support them, so I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe that never had a shelf.
That's nice.
Some ant traps, poison or whatever. Plywood base in here. Probably can just pull that shelf liner out, clean it up.
Good, good, good. Come on now, I got 4 of you watching, and only 2 likes.
Good.
Click the like button. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes.
And we got some
Not that
scratches
I'm getting any money
marks
from you
and
two.
dirt in that cabinet. I don't think I'll be able to see up there,
Smart.
but I'll let you see what's above the cabinets, see if there's anything up there that needs to be dealt with.
Little trash. Laundry room.
Floors in the kitchen are in good condition.
Booyah.
Some little marks on them, but I think
This stuff used to be
it's
like
grass
89
and
cents a
stuff.
square
I don't think
foot.
any of this is cracks. I can't tell.
So I think
For
we
sure.
had we were
They're
installing it
they're pretty
for
small.
labor and materials for about $250 a square foot.
The floor vent's a little rusty,
We don't do it anymore. We do LVP everywhere now.
and then the walls and the ceiling look pretty good. You can see some spots on the ceiling where the paint's a little bit different color or sheen or something over here, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. See, the bad part is that these guys left, right? The tenants moved out, and then they tried to touch up the walls, right? But clearly, I
This,
mean, nobody else is going to want to
tile
move in there
over
with
here, it's just
the
kinda
walls
pulling
looking
away.
like they look. So, you know,
There you go. The tile
feel
board's just
bad,
pulling away just a
but
little
it's-
bit from the wall.
but at the same time,
That's not major.
I got to
but
send somebody in to repaint it.
maybe pop a nail in there.
So
hold it
I know
on
they
there.
tried, and I give them
Back
kudos
room
for
here,
trying.
laundry room.
But unfortunately, I'm still going to have to do
Got
some
washing
touch-up painting
machine
throughout
hookup,
this house.
Hook up for an electric dryer. Looks like it's vented.
Now maybe I'll give them some credence
Walls in here
elsewhere.
look pretty good. This outlet plate was painted. The paint's coming off, so maybe just replace that. So that
Beautiful. COVID.
it looks a little better. This is another one of the old windows.
Man, we only got through
Looks
one
like
house
it's
today.
pretty
10:22,
good.
and we haven't even seen the garage yet.
And then we'll see if you can see this here.
Oh
Right
yeah.
there's a crack in this panel of the door. And
So, do you replace the door with
cracks
this,
and
or
space
do
there.
you
So,
caulk it up?
I mean, the door isn't in bad shape, so maybe you can just caulk that and paint it.
Oh,
That'll seal it up.
He's so smart.
I think that'd probably be the least expensive route to get it back into working condition. And then floors in the laundry room are good.
Woohoo!
Tile floors, don't see any damage to them.
Woohoo!
So for the laundry room,
See, the other thing about tile floors is if your subfloor isn't good enough, then the floors will bounce and move. Well, then the problem is that your tiles will bounce and move. Well, they're very rigid. So what happens when the floor is bouncing and moving is it'll crack, and you get all sorts of problems with it. It'll come loose. The grout will come loose. Floor tiles will crack. So if you don't get your subfloor right when you're doing tile, then you're just throwing money away. So we've had houses that we've shown on here where they didn't get the subfloor right and they put tile down. So that was one of the other problems with tile. It's nice to do the LVP because it's very forgiving, very flexible. It moves with, summer expansion and contraction. And, if your subfloor is not sketchy, but if it's weaker, if it bounces a little bit, then it's going to give and take with that. Whereas like tile does not.
I think you're just looking at repairing this door, and we should about do it there.
Oh yeah. Show me the garage. Show me the money. Let's get a Corvette. Corvette. How about a Ferrari? Ferrari. How about a Lamborghini? Lamborghini.
It looks like there was parking over here, but it's just a big mud pit right now.
So we need to bring in some gravel for that driveway because it's all mud. I think it's like number 2 or number 3. Gravel, so it's bigger.
I don't know if I can get into this garage, actually.
What kind of slacker are you, Kyle? Come on now. This is what we've been waiting for.
Nope, doesn't match my key, so...
Jerky.
Maybe the garage is rented separate here. So a fire pit kind of overflowing there.
Nice. It ain't burning hot enough if it's overflowing.
It's like a piece of sidewalk, but it's on its own over here. So I'm not sure what that's there for.
Cosmetics. Man, that's deep ruts in that backyard.
The fence over here is not in great shape, but I don't think it is the fence for this property. I think it's the neighbors.
Walking through the mud. Booyah. Hey, there's a free mattress over here. Look at that. Look at that. Get you a mattress.
So
Our
there's
garage door
the
works.
garage door.
I think we drilled the garage, didn't we? Allison asked Kyle if he
Roof looks all right.
did the garage lock. Ooh, that garage next door is nice.
Construction.
Oh,
It's
man.
been painted, but the paint's wearing away.
Yeah. Oh, look at that next door neighbors.
You can see a section of the block was replaced back there, I guess. Got some spray foam leaking out where someone did some repairs, I guess.
Booyah.
No gutters.
Who needs gutters? It's only a garage. Come on. I mean, look at that driveway there.
And then you've
We
got
don't
this,
need no gutters.
I guess,
Water just rolls down
working
here and
space
goes over
here.
there.
I don't know, that could benefit from maybe some gravel or something, just so it isn't as
Why we gotta go
muddy
fix
and
things?
sunken in.
Nobody needs that. Nobody wants a nice house. What the heck? Video 4. Did he ever get in the garage? Oh,
On
maybe
this
that's
side,
video
the
5.
Garage, the wood siding could use some paint away, and garage could use gutters. And I think that's everything.
Maybe he did get into the garage.
All right, here's our follow-up video now that I'm in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
Just
He got
an
in the
update on
garage.
this front light. I tried all the switches inside, and it's not coming on. I don't think it has a dust to dawn sensor, so it's either going to be burnt out bulbs, and I don't have bulbs to test that like candelabra style,
What kind of
or
unprepared?
it's not working at all.
That's not fine.
All right,
You
for
need
the
to bring the
garage.
Lowe's to the houses with you. That's what you need to do.
Garage door looks like it's in good shape.
That's right, baby. We don't rent no
Got
junk.
some graffiti on the walls and the board ups, and your light fixture in here.
Look
It
at
is
that
on the
pallet board
switch.
up.
It's got its wire hanging down right here, so probably just want to get that up.
That's fine. That's good. The
And
car
then there's,
window will push it out of the way when it's coming through.
There you go.
Has it got a garage door opener?
There's this other light fixture,
Oh, see, that's
Open here.
good. That's nice.
and the
You pay
switch
extra for
plate
that.
is cracked there.
Nice. Is there a garage door opener? There is not a garage door opener. That's good.
And a little bit of trash on the floor in here too.
Woo!
And one last thing, there is a bed frame up there in the rafters.
Oh,
So maybe
nice.
just pull that and
See, we got a
Toss
bed
it out.
across the alley. We're good. We're golden.
And I think that's
All
it.
we need is a squatter to
Um,
burn the garage
the
down.
door does latch and shut, but it's got a 2x4 here to replace
Yeah, that works.
a kicked in
What's
door
wrong with
jam. But it is latching and shutting right now.
Oh, I'm getting text messages. Somebody doesn't like my sassiness.
I think that's it.
Oh, it's my boss. My wife. All right. That's the wrong person. Chick-fil-A for lunch. Booyah. I'm lucky man. Lucky, lucky, lucky man. All right. Let's see what we got here. I got to add in miscellaneous and final clean. She's asking the wrong questions. I'm in my show. All right, so okay, let's go here. Rough estimate. I didn't have the numbers in yet. Appliances in place. There is central air. There's an electric stove, a side-by-side fridge. Oops, 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 oops. All right, run extensions on gutters. So let's say we probably got, I don't know, $100 there. Look to see if railing to the left of front was there and moving. We're gonna have Peg take a look at that. Minor repairs on front porch. Let's say about $100 there. If we had to put parts on it, that could be a little bit more, but I don't think we really need to because they got a handrail going up to onto the step on the right, so I think we'll be all right to leave it alone. Pressure wash house is $250. I guess the question becomes: should we paint the garage? And maybe $500. So we will highlight that one because it was starting to peel. The paint was peeling real bad, and it just needed some help. All right, minor repairs on front porch railings, $100. Pressure wash the house, $250. Repair, caulk, paint, trim on windows. There was that one that had the loose. I'm gonna say $125. Repair the lower windowsill trim board was loose. So we'll probably have to replace that. Maybe we can just anchor it. I don't know. Let's do $100. Yeah, let's just split the difference. We were going to say 75 earlier. Minor repairs to siding, $150. It's probably about $50 worth of siding there. And then we could probably get it done for about $100. Replace the front door window finally after like 2 or 3 different residents living in the house. That's fine. Refinish floors throughout. Maybe a light sanding throughout and then poly on top. I don't even know how many square footage this house is off the top of my head, and I didn't come prepared today, so I don't know. Give me a second here to know how many square footage this house is. Oh, it's gonna take me a minute here. Pull this all up. I gotta remember the address on this property. I think there's about 1,000 square feet. Let me look here. There we go. Pulling it up. Of course, now it's just hanging. 904 square feet. So 900 square feet. So we could replace the flooring for, maybe we can get these, I don't know. Minor sanding and poly. I mean, 900 square feet. Well, we don't have to do the whole house though. So we only have to do, so living room, has this ever been listed? Let's look and see if this house has ever been listed. Has it ever been listed? Do we have any kind of cheat sheet here? Oh, good. It's been listed once before. So let's look here at the cheat sheet. The cheat sheet says master bedrooms 12 by 12 is 144. Here, let's just add these up here real quick. Calc. What she want now? Let's see. We got 3 bedrooms. So 144, 80. The other bedroom is 12 by 9. What's 12 by 9? 12 times 9 is 108. So 108, and then the living room is 12 by 15, and 12 by 15 is 180 plus 108 plus 144 plus 80. It's 512 square feet. So we could replace that 512 square feet for $1,500. So could I do a minor sanding and I'm going to say, should we just do the LVP? What do you think, kids? You got a comment below. Should we do the LVP? Because I think it's probably going to run about, I don't know, $750 $1,000 to refinish what we got there. That may be high. I
I mean, if we're just doing a cheap refinish is what I'm saying. I'm not saying go in there and sand them down real good and then put a nice coat of stain on them and then polyurethane them. I'm thinking like we go in there and we just like, scuff the hell out of them, and then maybe we do a dark color stain and then we just throw some poly on top. So I think we could probably get away with that for about $1,000. To replace LVP. I think we can probably get away with that. Now it's probably more than that though. It's probably like because it's like 500 and change, and then we need to add that in, so it's probably like $1,650 to do LVP. So repaint living room, bedroom, just roll them with colors. No need to edge. Maybe do some touch-up paints throughout on trim and stuff like that. Okay. Replace the old tub. I know originally I said about $150 in parts and then $150 to replace it, but then we got to get rid of the old tub and whatever, make it people happy, make it the contractor happy. So it's probably about $400. It might be a little overkill, but it's probably about right. Replace the furnace filter, cold air return. That's a miscellaneous item. Replace the smoke detectors. 10-year batteries. Check all doors to make it. The one thing about this, when you go to the store, I don't know if people know this or not, but this is a little trick. I used to be in retail. You put the high-priced items at eye level because people don't like to look down. They're lazy. They don't like to look down. So usually what happens is the most expensive smoke detectors or most expensive widget or bread or whatever is at eye level. So, because you don't want to look and shop, right? So, like when I was at Menards the other day looking to replace some smoke detectors in my own house, I had to look down. And then I had to read all the different smoke detectors until I found the one that was both wired, because my house is newer, and 10-year battery. And they hid it. Imagine that. So it took me a while to find the one that was both 10-year battery and 110 volt. But I found it. It was $26. Now, eye level was $58 for wired and 10-year battery. But they had the cheaper one. So you just got to look. So we'll replace the smoke detectors with 10-year batteries. Battery units. Check all doors to make sure working properly. Replace latches as necessary. That's pretty typical. Repair accordion door. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's I-O-N. I thought it was I-A-N. I was wrong. Door on the furnace closet. Replace countertops and kitchens about 10 feet. And I was thinking that you can buy that new Lowe's sells a 10-foot countertop. Let's see what we got here. I'm grooving on this new color here. 10-foot countertop. Tweak top. I like this one, Kalahari Topaz right now. So it's $116 for a 10-footer. I don't know why I like it, but I do. I like it. It's pretty. And it's usually in stock. That's the other thing I like. Let's get something that is in stock. Oh, yeah. So right now these are the ones that I like. The Kalahari Topaz. So it's $116 for that new countertop. Let's close that down. So $116 for the countertop. Then we got to pull the old countertop. We got to get rid of the old countertop. We have to pull the old sink out of that old countertop. We have to pull the old faucet and everything out of that old countertop. So, it's probably, a skilled technician for charging like $35 an hour, and it'd probably take him 4 hours to do all that. So what are we at? Let's run the numbers on that. $35 an hour. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. So it's about $175. So maybe 150, 175 bucks to swap this all out. So we got 116 in that, not the tub, in the sink or in the countertop, and then swapping it all out. So it's about another 175, let's say 200. So yeah, we're right there, 350. Because there may be some other accoutrements we got to buy to get it up to that price. So it's about 350. Caulk and paint side exterior door. Booyah! Even Kyle saw that we could probably get away with just fixing that door. So we're just going to caulk it. I not want to make sure they understand that it's cracked. Gravel in the driveway. The back driveway is just full of crap. It's probably actually... So you probably got, because we're going to use number 2 gravel, which may be cheaper. I don't know. It's probably, there's probably 500 bucks worth of gravel there, and then spreading it out. So there's probably another 300 to 500 there. So I'm going to say it's probably $1,000 to, not $10,000, $1,000 to do the gravel in the driveway. Paint the garage. It's going to cost about 500 bucks. But I'm assuming we could probably just shoot it. So we're going to pressure wash up above. Let's make sure that house and garage. And then we should be able to paint the garage for about 500 bucks. It probably would cost us 100 bucks in paint. Maybe 150. And then that gives them about 350 for doing what they need to do. Miscellaneous, let's say 250. Because there's not a lot to really do on this. Final cleaning, 250. Where are we at? Where are you at? 100 plus 250 plus 100 plus 150 plus 50 plus 400 plus 400 plus 350 plus 1,000 plus 500 plus 250 plus 250. $3,900. That does not include the floors. We could go one more round with one more tenant with the existing floors if we really wanted to. I think at this point we need to do something to get a tenant who's going to stay longer than a year. So I think it's worth spending the money. Now, this just ate up a lot of their cash flow from the past year, right? So I'm going to run this in here as $3,900. If we divide that over the past year, that's pretty much all their cash flow for the past year out of this house. But this house is getting bulletproof, right? And I think if we can get a tenant who's going to stay longer than a year, I think, if we get some of these issues resolved, the driveway, so that they can park out back instead of having to park on the street. If we put some decent floors in, if we replace that blue white tub, if we replace, make it a little bit, it's a nice house. Don't get me wrong. It is a nice house. But if we just do a couple more things, I think we're going to get somebody in there who's going to stay for a really long time. So I think that even though, the first couple of years we've kind of taken it on the nose with this house, I think we're kind of seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think we should be able to get in a much better place. But I don't know if the owners are going to like that. The Aussies down under, right, mate? So, anyways, so this is basically us. It's a decent house. It's good area. We've had good tenants. Both times we had good tenants. We might have got 2 years out of the first tenant. But anyway, so that's kind of where we're at. All right. It is 10:45. I'm not going to do the other one today. I might do it Monday or Tuesday. I got a bunch of family coming in today. So anyways, click the like. Hold on. We'll switch over here. Ooh, click. Oh, I always do that. Click the like. Click it. There's only 2 of you that liked it. Click it. I'm going to cry. Click the like. Click the subscribe. Click the bell icon. You'll be notified if I'm going to do these things, if I'm going to do it on the spur of the moment. So let me know if you guys have any comments, questions, or whatever. I've had a couple of really good questions over the past couple of weeks, And I've been answering those in the comments. So if you guys have questions, let me know. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here. Click the like. It's still only 2. Come on. All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.